All right, let's talk about it. There's been this wave of panic, really, sweeping through the creator community. And it's all centered around one big, kind of scary question. Is YouTube about to ban all AI-generated videos from getting monetized? It's a huge deal for sure, so let's get to the bottom of what's really going on. So it all kicked off with posts just like this one, popping up on places like Reddit. Just one single, alarming sentence, but man, it sent shockwaves through forums and social media. I mean, creators who use AI for voiceovers, for scripting, for visuals, they suddenly saw their channel's entire futures just flash before their eyes. And the question on everyone's mind was simple. Is this for real? And just like that, the rumor mill was off to the races. The whole community just erupted. It was this wild mix of panic, a whole lot of confusion, and surprisingly, even some celebration. It seemed like everybody had a really strong opinion, but almost nobody had the actual facts. On one side, you had creators feeling this genuine sense of dread. And this quote, "I am kinda cooked." I mean, that just perfectly captures the fear, right? For anyone relying on AI tools, whether it's for text-to-speech or other parts of their workflow, it really felt like YouTube was about to pull the rug out from under them. But then, on the complete other side of the debate, you had applause. A ton of creators and viewers were actually celebrating the news. They saw it as this necessary step to fight back against what they call AI slop or these low-effort content farms. For them, this wasn't an attack on creativity, it was a defense of it. All this uncertainty just fueled a storm of questions. We're talking, would any AI voice, even a really high-quality one, get you demonetized? What about all those channels that don't show a face but pour hours and hours into gameplay and editing? The real problem here was the ambiguity. Creators were just desperate for some clarity on what YouTube actually considers low effort. Thankfully, right in the middle of all the chaos, YouTube itself stepped in to set the record straight. They put out an official clarification to try and address all this confusion and, cut through the noise. Okay, so this is the crucial point, and it comes directly from YouTube's creator liaison, Renee Ritchie. This is not some radical new war on AI. He calls it a minor update to a policy that's already been around for years. The target isn't AI itself, it's the mass-produced repetitive content, which, let's be honest, the platform has never been a fan of. And this right here gets to the absolute heart of it. This whole thing is about the reused content policy, which is not new at all. It's always been aimed at templated or programmatic content that has very little original value. So this update is really just refining the language to catch how spammy, mass-produced content gets made today, which, yeah, often involves AI tools. And this brings us to what is maybe the most important distinction in this whole debate. The policy isn't about banning a specific tool, whether that's an AI, a camera, or your editing software. It's all about what you, the creator, bring to the table. It's about the value you add. This breaks it down perfectly. Just look at the two columns here. On the left, you've got what YouTube sees as low value, templated, cookie-cutter uploads, nearly identical stories, basically spam. But on the right, that's what's safe. Adding significant original commentary, making transformative edits, and using AI in a creative way that actually brings value to your audience. And that's really the bottom line. YouTube isn't anti-AI. Far from it. The platform's rolling out its own AI tools like Dream Screen. What they're against is spam. They want creators to use AI as this powerful assistant that enhances their work, not as a shortcut to just replace the creative process entirely. It's pretty interesting because this whole conversation is happening at the exact moment that AI video tech is taking this massive leap forward. So the line between low-effort slop and high-effort creation is about to get a whole lot clearer. Just take a look at this. This isn't a still from some blockbuster movie. It's a single frame from a video that was generated entirely by an AI model called Holocene. We are moving so far beyond that repetitive, kind of soulless content that sparked this whole policy update in the first place. We are really entering an era of AI-driven cinema. So the breakthrough tech behind this is something called holistic generation. Now, instead of creating a video clip by clip and just kind of hoping for the best, these new models process the entire sequence, multiple shots, all at once. And that allows them to maintain this incredible consistency with characters, with backgrounds, with style across the entire video. So how in the world does it work? Well, let's break it down. First, you've got precise control. The creator basically gives a detailed script, just like a director. Second, and this is huge, is consistency. The model uses a kind of memory system to make sure a character looks the same from shot to shot. And third, efficiency. It uses a really smart processing method, so this is all actually possible without, needing a supercomputer. This is the kind of high-effort creation we're talking about, the kind that adds real value, which is exactly what YouTube's policy is trying to encourage. And you can see that consistency right here. Look at the subject in two completely different shots from the same generated video. The hair, the clothes, the facial profile, it is all perfectly consistent. This is something older AI models really struggled with, and it's a super clear sign of the creative potential these new tools are unlocking. Okay, so let's bring this all together. We've got YouTube's policy clarified, and we've got AI technology advancing at this just incredible speed. What does all this actually mean for you as a creator? Here are the main things to remember. First, focus on the value that only you can provide, your voice, your ideas. Second, treat AI as a powerful tool in your toolkit, not some magic button that just spits out content. Third, always disclose when you're using synthetic media. It's all about maintaining trust with your audience. And finally, just get ready, because as these tools get better, the bar for what people consider quality content is only going to get higher. And all of this leaves us with one final, massive question. As AI transitions from a simple tool that generates clips into a collaborator that's capable of directing entire cinematic sequences, what will it truly mean to be a creator? The very definition is changing right in front of us. And that's a future we're all going to have to navigate together.